What the fuck is up, Glow Gang? It's your boy Glow. I'm coming at y'all with this UFC Fight Night Paris Imavov versus Barajo. Full fight picks and predictions. Who all I think's gonna win, how they're gonna win, and all that good shit. And I've been waiting for this for a very fucking long time. I'm a really big fucking fan of Barajo and Rufi, especially once I heard that they paired this up. They're both gonna fucking win. I'm gonna spoil my predictions for that now. Obviously, I'm a big fucking Fighting Nerds fan, and there's a lot of good fights on this shit on this card that fly on the radar. So I'm happy to break this shit down. Let's get straight into this shit. All right, starting off the prelims, we got Sam Hughes versus Sean Bannon. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is a really fucking hard one to predict. Really, even I know Sean Bannon is a huge underdog. I want to say she's a plus 275, but in my opinion, Sam Hughes should not be this big underdog. I want to say right now she's like a minus 375, which is fucking insane. I mean, she's 5-5 in the UFC. To be fair, she has a lot more experience than Sean Bannon, but I just am really impressed with the way Sean Bannon came back, and after basically getting fucking knocked out in her last fight against Poja Tamar with that head kick KO, and just based off that, I'm gonna say she's gonna fucking win this fight because Sean Bannon is good, or Sam Hughes is really good. She's very crafty, like very fucking, she's a tough cookie, right? She can take some fucking damage. It's gonna be very hard for her to get knocked out. And she's a really good grappler, really strong wrestler as well. So, just a really strong woman. So, I could see her being dominant in the more in that aspect. But I think Shauna Bannon is just a better overall striker and has sneaky submission threat as you've seen in her last fight. So, I'm gonna go and pick Shauna Bannon probably by second round or no. I'm not seeing the finish in this one. I'm seeing Shauna Bannon getting the decision, using her striking at range, and then when I see a lot of the takedowns getting stuffed by Shauna Bannon too. So Sam Hughes, I don't understand it. I think she's a crafty vet woman. So I'm gonna go and pick Shauna Bannon to get this shit done by decision. Moving on to the very next fight. Alright, moving on to the very next fight, we got Andreas Gustafsson versus Renat Fakhretdinov. Now, I am going to go and pick Andreas Gustafsson to get this shit done. I am not impressed with Renat Fakhretdinov. I actually think in his last fight, he got fucking the robbery win against Carlos Leal. I don't think he won. He might have won one round, but I don't think he won, the decision that should have not got to him. He got his ass fucking beat. I mean, he's beat all right opponents. I mean, he beat Brian Battle, but everybody else besides that, not really all that. I mean, Nicholas Dalby, he had a close one with Nicholas Dalby, and who else did he win against? I mean, he submitted Kevin Lee. He got a lot of hype off that. I just don't think he's at this point. He's not all that. We already seen he kind of got exposed by Carlos Leal. Andreas Gustafsson, this guy is very aggressive in the clinch as well. And I feel like Renat's going to try to shoot a bunch of takedowns, which he's not going to get because, he might get a couple, but I don't think he's really going to be able to do anything with them. And yeah, I think Andreas Gustafsson is just way too aggressive, really aggressive in the clinch. Also, his fight against Chaos Williams really pissed me off. I picked Chaos Williams to win, and Gustafsson ended up getting the shit done. All props to him, but it just really pissed me off. I mean, he got a lot of takedowns too, 8 takedowns, so this guy's no scrub on the ground, really decent with wrestling too. So, yeah, I'm going to go and pick Andreas Gustafsson to get this shit done, probably by third round late knockout. I could see this being, a grapple fest at first, and then I feel like Andreas is just going to tire out Fakhretdinov, where he could get the late third round finish. So that is my prediction, Andreas Gustafsson. Moving on to the very next fight. All right, now we got Brad Tavares versus Robert Brychek. Now, I don't know why they even gave Brychek another shot. I mean, losing to Ihor Potierio, then in itself is pretty fucking terrible. I mean, Igor Pateria, whatever the fuck you want to call him, is terrible. All right, and I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm not trying to like put down anybody. The motherfucker could beat me up like straight up. But Brad Tavares, this guy, I mean, the fucking UFC vet, 26 fights in the UFC, crafty. Most of his fucking wins are by decision. Doesn't have that many KOs or knockouts. I mean, only has 5 knockouts, 2 subs. So only 7 finishes out of 21 wins. Robert Bierchek, this guy, I will give him credit. Most of his wins are by finish. I mean, 11 fucking knockouts, only 1 sub, not all that great on the ground. So this guy mainly is on the feet. He don't really take anybody down. I mean, and if you're losing to Igor Pateria on the feet, and you don't have fucking takedown, like you don't try to shoot any takedowns, you have no wrestling, no grappling. Brad Tavares is gonna fucking just piece you up on the feet and shoot his takedowns because I'm not gonna say he's pretty good, but he's crafty. He knows what he's doing at this point. He's 38 years old. He's been fought at this experience. He just doesn't have all that much power in his hands, especially now that he's a little bit older. But I'm gonna go and pick Brad Tavares to get this shit done by decision via the grappling. Yeah, moving on to the very next fight. Alright, now we got Trey Waters versus Sam Patterson. Before we get into this, I want to apologize to Sam Patterson. I misjudged this guy. He knocked my boy Danny Barlow out, and I was kind of salty about it for a while. Now I realize this guy is fucking him. Only has 1 fight that went to decision. Or yeah, only one win by decision. Sorry, autism. And then he has 1 loss against Yanez Amores. Yanel Amores. But that was at 155. Since moving up to 170, this guy has really fucking improved. Really even surprised me. So, and Trey Waters, this guy's coming off of a fucking war to Billy Ray Goff. I remember a lot of people were upset about that decision, and I kind of agree with them. And I feel like Billy Ray Goff, that was his fight in my opinion. And Trey Waters, he hasn't fought since that last fight. That was in May 11th of 2024. So he's taken over a year off. Which, I mean, his only other win before that was against Josh Quinlan. But that's a garbage win in my opinion. I mean, Josh Quinlan's not in the UFC anymore and just lost against some jobber in the fucking regional scene. So Sam Patterson's gonna get this shit done. This is gonna be a little bit of a back and forth. I see Sam Patterson probably winning the first round. He might lose the second, and then in the third, he's gonna be a little bit more aggressive, shoot for the takedown, and then get that arm triangle he's known for. So, Sam Patterson, 3rd round arm triangle. That's my prediction. Moving on to the very next fight. All right, now we got Clau Fernandez versus Harry Hardwick. Now, Harry Hardwick accepted this short notice fight. This fight was supposed to be against Ferociam versus Clau Fernandez, but I want to say something happened with Ferociam or something happened with his family, and he stepped out, which is respectable. Family comes first. And Harry Hardwick, this guy's a fucking featherweight, and I'm not really too hyped about him. I mean, he's got a lot of hype behind his name. He's a fucking Cage Warriors guy, Cage Warriors champ. Has went 4 rounds before, so he can go into championship rounds. He's not all that really impressive on the feet. He's more of a grappler. Clau Fernandez, this guy's fucking, both of his wins, I don't know. You can't really rate because Muhammad Yahya, we just see what happened with him with Steven Nugent, dropped him fucking 4 or 5 times, and Goran Kutateladze, he's no longer in the UFC, but he beat the shit out of him, and he was a fucking plus 300 underdog, huge ass underdog. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick Clau Fernandez. He's a lot more aggressive, a lot more dangerous. and I can just really appreciate that. Goes for the fucking kill. So I'm gonna go and pick Cloud Fernandez. Harry Hardwick. This fight is also at 155. Harry Hardwick's a featherweight, moving up to 155. So I don't think he is going to be able to fill in all that quick, especially against somebody who's already kind of developed and fighting at the highest level. So I'm going to go and pick Cloud Fernandez, probably not by knockout in the second round. That's my prediction. Moving on to the very next fight. All right, now we got Ante Delija versus Myson Tybura. Now, this is a rematch. These guys have fought before earlier on in their careers. I'm going to go have to pick Myson Tybura. I mean, this guy has been fighting at the highest level of competition for so fucking long now. I mean, has already beat this guy. I mean, he did beat him to a low kick. He got him with some nice ass low kicks, and then that ended up getting the finish. But Tybura has been fighting at the highest level of competition for years now. He has just beaten two prospects back to back, took both of their O's. Nobody's talking about this. And Ante Delija, I mean, he's an alright grappler, but he's been fighting in, PFL, KSW, Ryzen, these just lower level competition, organizations. I mean, and he's winning, but like, it's just not the same. So like, he's going to a decision with Maurice Green 2023. Lost to Valentin Modelovsky in 2024. I mean, this guy's not really all that active either. So I'm going to have to go pick Myson Tybura to get this shit done by decision. Moving on to the very next fight. Alright, now we got Omar Asai versus Brinson Ribeiro. I'm not going to lie, this is pretty clear to me. Omar Asai is going to get this shit done, probably by knockout. Brinson Ribeiro is so disappointing. I can't believe I picked him to beat Azamat Murzakanov just based off the fucking reach alone. Now, he does have 2 wins in the UFC, but one of them's a split decision, and one of them against Danir Nazagay, and he just lost back-to-back. So, to be fair, he has fought decent guys like Ming Meng Jiang, Magomed Latiev, Azamat Murzakanov. So he has fought decent guys, but I feel like Omar Asai is just an overall better fighter. I mean, he can knock you out and submit you. He's good on the feet. He's good on the ground. Omar Asai is just an overall better fighter. And he has the reach. Younger guy. Trains at a better gym. I mean, what else can I fucking say? Omar Asai is going to get this shit done by knockout. Probably in the second round. And I don't know. I don't really know how to rate Omar Asai. We're going to see after this fight. Alright, so Omar Asai, second round knockout. Moving on to the very next fight. Alright, now we got Robert Rachula versus William Gomez. Robert Rachula, he's making his UFC debut. He's from KSW. He was the champion there, and then decided to come back, or not come back, join the UFC. He is a good kickboxer, I will say that. He is pretty good Muay Thai as well. Does have, good jiu-jitsu, has a hell of a fucking arm bar on him. And yeah, he does, he's had a lot of fucking amateur experience. So this guy really has a lot of experience. When William Gomez, I mean, he is a good fighter. He's had a lot of fucking experience in the UFC. He's got 5 wins. 4 wins, 1 loss. He's coming off of a loss against Hyder Emil. That was a split decision. And I don't know, this is going to be a good fight, but I'm going to have to go William Gomez. He just seems like the more experienced fighter at the higher level, even though I will say fucking Robert Rachula, look out for this guy because he might make a statement. Another Poland guy too. So I don't know. I really want to pick Robert Rachula. He seems like a good fighter. I mean, both these guys are good fighters, but he seems like somebody to watch out for if he wins this fight. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick William Gomez. Get this shit done by decision. Moving on to the very next fight. All right, now we got Lucien Keita versus Patricio Pitbull. Lucien Keita, he's a double double champion in the organization Octagon. It's pretty popular over in Russia. Uh, I mean, this guy's pretty fucking nasty. He has a lot of fucking experience. His only loss was a foot injury, so I guess you can write that off. And it was also against somebody really fucking good. I cannot pronounce his name. Um, but yeah, he's got a lot of fucking experience in Muay Thai too. A lot of Muay Thai fights, and some experience in amateur. So we didn't just rush in the MMA. Patricio Pitbull. I mean, this guy's got a lot of fucking experience. Really fucking pissed me off with that fight with Dan Ige, but it is what it is. I feel like this fight's gonna go to a decision. I feel like Kita is just he's the way better striker. He may not be the overall better grappler, but he is a better striker than Patricio Pitbull at this point in his career. Pitbull might have a little bit more popping in shots, but I honestly don't think so. And Keita's he's just too quick, way much more quicker than Pitbull. Has more fucking the better striker on the feet. I feel like he's gonna piece up Pitbull and stuff all Pitbull's takedowns. He might get taken out once or twice, but I feel like Keita's gonna be good on the ground to handle Pitbull to get right back up. So I feel like we'll see Keita's gonna win this shit by decision. Moving on to the very next fight. Alright, now we got Axel Souza versus Reese McKee. Now, if you guys don't know who Reese McKee is, I mean, he's fought 5 times in the UFC. He's 1-4. He's lost to Cheney Jaquani, Angelosa, fucking Hamzat Chimaev, and Alex Morono. Now, Hamzat, I'm not gonna lie, okay, that's not a bad loss. Alex Morono, I mean, in 2020, he was doing his thing. Angeluso, that's a terrible fucking loss. Cheney Jaquani, I mean, yeah, that's whatever. But this guy in his last fucking fight, no joke, he dropped fucking Daniel Frunza, I want to say 4 times. Like, they had to stop. They wouldn't let Duke continue based off how many times, like how much damage he's taken. Like, he just dropped him so many fucking times. I mean, just bloodied the fucking piss out of this guy. So, I mean, it's just kind of shown that, like, Reese McKee is tired of the disrespect, and he's got a fucking hell of a jab on him, I'll tell you that. This Axel Souza guy, he's got a fucking, he's 10-0-1. He went to a draw with Dagir and Baliev, and, I mean, I will say this guy's pretty fucking active, I will give him that. And, I mean, he's had 4 fights since June of 2014, or June 14th of 2024, and yeah, this will be his fucking 5th fight since then, so that's pretty fucking good. I just don't know how he looks kind of green, to be honest. Like, his striking does not look all that, but he mainly just seems like a grappler with very little striking. He is pretty good with ground and pound, but his just, I'm not seeing it, man. I will say Reese McKee does struggle with his grappling. That's why he lost to Angelosa. But I'm just going to go ahead and pick Reese McKee to get this shit done. Probably by knockout. And probably in the 2nd round. That's pretty fucking crazy for me to say that. But I'm picking Reese McKee. He really shocked me in his last fight. So I think we're going to see him turn the fucking Jets around and get a good start to his career this going forward. So Reese McKee, 2nd round knockout. Moving on to the very next fight. Alright, now we got Mason Jones versus Balajiaki. Now, the last time Balajiaki fought in France, he was the very, very, very first fight in the card. And he got submitted in fucking 3 minutes against Chris Duncan. I remember watching that, and I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Chris Duncan had to tell the fucking ref that Balaji was out. And he was like, oh, okay, the fight's over. Like, what the fuck? Balajiaki is coming off a win against Michael as well. That was a pretty good fight. But Mason Jones, this guy is also coming off of a win against Jeremy Stevens. If you guys don't remember that, that was like the one-off fight they had because it was in Utah. Had a really good fight. Showed that, he can take Jeremy Stevens down and piece him up on the feet. He was also getting hit with some good ass shots, so he also displayed that he has a really good fucking chin. So. And before that, he lost to Ludovic Klein, which is not all that bad of a loss. Ludovic Klein would beat Lagiaki, so I'm gonna go and pick Mason Jones. He's the better kickboxer, way better wrestler. So, and we unseen with Lagiaki, he's not all that good at jiu-jitsu. So, even though Mason Jones isn't really a specialist, I feel like he's just gonna piece him up on the feet. Lagiaki, Mason Jones is gonna win by decision. Moving on to the very next fight. Alright, now we got Modestas Bukauskas versus Paul Craig. I'm really happy they signed Paul Craig back, man. He really fucking deserved it. He kind of got robbed in his last fight. I feel like he was winning until he got fucked on that fucking, faking that front up kick. Bukauskas, he's on a run right now. He just won, quote-unquote, won to Ian Cutelaba. Before that, he got a knockout against Rafael Crisara. And before that, he got a sub against Prachnio, which was a good fucking fight. I like Modestas Bukauskas. However, I feel like Paul Craig is due. Alright? He has gotten fucked his last few times, and I feel like Paul Craig's due for, a Paul Craig fucking, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like almost like a coin flip. Like, he might get this one, he might get this one. Plus, he just signed that new contract, so you definitely know the plot armor is gonna, he doesn't have plot armor, but the way the shit's gonna go, Paul Craig's gonna fucking get his ass beat for 2 fucking rounds. I really want to pick Modestas, bro. Like, he's really fucking good. But I just, I like both these guys. And Paul Craig really fucking deserves it. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick Paul Craig. I know this isn't like really like a smart idea to pick Paul Craig, but I'm picking fucking Paul Craig. Moving on to the very next fight. Alright, co-main event. We got my motherfucking boy, Mauricio Rufy versus Benoit Saint Denis. Now, Benoit, I don't know what the fuck the UFC truly was seeing this guy, because they keep putting him in fucking Paris in a big fucking spot. I mean, I understand, there's not that many fucking French fighters, but you get Cyril Gane or somebody else. I mean, I understand. I mean, fuck, that's probably why they keep doing it, because they put him in that big spot so many fucking times now, because there's no French fighters. But my fucking boy Rufy, I love Rufy. He's gonna be the fucking one. I don't feel like he's gonna have the belt. Well, I do feel like he'll have the belt eventually, just not when Ilya has it, because, I mean, look it's fucking Ilya, guys. I fucking love Rufy. He's gonna knock Benoit Saint Denis out in the very first round. That fucking fraud check bum. His last fight pissed me off. They gave him a fucking can that shouldn't have even been in there, and he fucking took him to the late deep water second round. So shit was boring as fuck too. So yeah, Rufy's gonna knock this bum fucking Frenchie out in the first round, viciously cold, and shit on Frenchies. Moving on to the very next fight. Alright, main event. We got Nasruddin Imavov versus Cal Baraujo. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is obviously a fucking coin flip. We don't know who's gonna win this fight. I'm honestly surprised at the odds, because I would think that, Imavov would be, the slight favorite, which makes no fucking sense. I mean, Baraujo, I love him to death. He's a really, one of my favorite fucking fighters, Baraujo. He hasn't fucking fought since Jared of fucking last year. I mean, I don't want, I can't check right now, but I want to say that was, at least over 16 months ago it's been. It might have been last August. Or not last August. I don't know. It's been a really fucking long time since he's fought. Over a year, I want to say. Way longer than over a year. And, yeah, I don't fucking understand it. With the odds or whatever. But Baraujo's a fucking beast. I feel like this fight's gonna go to a decision. None of these guys are gonna fight, or none of these guys are gonna get finished. And yeah, man, I'm just really happy with this fucking the way they did it with the main event and the co-main event, both the nerds fighting back to back. That really, You know, it's gonna be a huge moment when both of them win back to back, and they're both great fucking performances. One thing is you know, Nasruddin is no fucking bum on the ground, and I've actually seen Nasruddin fight in person. Um, I didn't think he was winning against Jared, and you know, Herzog called that weird ass stoppage. But I don't know. Nasruddin, it's gonna be a good fight. I feel like this main event. I really can't break this shit down too much because I really genuinely don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I'm picking Baralho because you know I fucks with Baralho. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick Baralho to get this shit done. And yeah, he's gonna get this shit done by decision. I really appreciate you guys. You know, tuning in. I love you guys. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, let me know your picks and predictions. Anybody you think's gonna win. Any parlays you think's gonna fucking happen. I'm probably gonna put in two. I'm definitely gonna hit one with these fighting nerds. They're both gonna fucking win. I love you guys. Peace the fuck out.